All right, folks, this is Harris Sultan, and the brave people of Iran are fighting this war against not only just the brutal Islamic regime, but also Islamic regime sympathizers or simps in Western countries. For example, someone like Cenk Uygur. We all know what kind of a terrible human being he is. Look at this. I criticized Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei 1,000 times. But he forgot to put in brackets that, but I still hate Israel and Jewish people more than I hate Khamenei. That's why I am going to say this. He was oppressing his own people and preventing democracy, something that Israel doesn't do to its own people, but I still hate Israel. But there is one thing you can't take away from him. He died on his own 2 feet. Actually, no, he was probably sitting down. Instead of kneeling to Israel, that took courage. He didn't bow. And then he put out this poll. Who has done more damage to the world, Ali Khamenei or Benjamin Netanyahu? Hoping that people will click on Benjamin Netanyahu. But that backfired massively when people overwhelmingly voted for Ali Khamenei for being more destructive to the world. Cenk Uygur is so stupid that he's actually confusing Ali Khamenei's stubbornness and path dependency to courage and bravery. When you embark on a mission as serious as the one that he embarked upon, which was to destroy the state of Israel and destroy America, then how can he quickly change his objective the moment bombs start falling? That's called path dependency. Now you have to go through with it. Now, a lot of people are saying that he was at his residency, he didn't hide in the bunker. First of all, Ali Khamenei has been using 17 bunkers, and this is the reason why the United States actually changed its entire war tactic and attacked Iran during daytime, which was a terrible miscalculation on the part of the Islamic regime because they're just not smart enough. They have been losing their leaders in bulk ever since this war began. They've been losing, whether that's the Iranian regime or Hezbollah or Hamas. They all have, actually Hamas is slightly better than Hezbollah and the Iranian regime. They've been losing their leaders in bulk. That's because of poor war planning. I don't know if you know about this, but I was watching how they actually found out about this meeting taking place above ground. So during the 12-day war, Israel somehow managed to hack into Iran's CCTV traffic cameras. So they found out there's this parking lot where bodyguards go and park their cars. So that is an indicator that a lot of people are meeting in this special building, which obviously the Americans and the Israelis knew to be a government building where they conduct meetings. And the Iranians thought that the Americans are not going to start a war during daytime. That is just so stupid. That's like literally going in front of a bear and dangling a big juicy salmon and saying, hey, I know you can't eat it because you're behind the bars. Oh no, that grizzly bear will go through those bars if he has to. And that's exactly what happened. So this is how stupid the Iranian regime is. And they're losing officials next in line, second in line, third in line. They're losing them. And their missile lobbing capacity is actually falling at least by 10 or 20% every single day. Yesterday's missile barrage was 73% less than the opening day. Cenk Uygur is not an anomaly. There's so many people in the West. It's the usual crowd, people who've been cheering for Hamas and Palestine, people who hate Israel and Jewish people. They basically have turned the term Zionism into an insult, which basically all it means is that Jewish people deserve a homeland. That's it. Jewish people deserve a homeland. You can replace the word Jewish with any other ethnicity or culture, and people will say, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Kurdish people deserve a homeland. They're the only people who don't have a homeland, and we know how they're suffering. By the way, they're joining the war too, on the side of the US and Israel, and they're going to topple the regime too. We're probably going to hear more about that. But anyway, let's just talk about this. So Harris, how are the Iranian people destroying this narrative of these pro-Islamic regime simps? They may tell you that they hate Khamenei and the Islamic regime, but they don't, because they are cheering for the Islamic regime and they are hoping that America and Israel and the Iranian people will lose. But that's why, if you ever needed evidence to be convinced that the Iranian people are on the side of the United States and Israel, then this is it. Have a look at this. So an Iranian DJ, okay, an Iranian DJ made this song of Donald Trump. Have a listen. Now, I hope that YouTube doesn't restrict it, but let's have a listen.
Transformer Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei is dead. Ayatollah Khamenei is dead. Ayatollah Khamenei is dead. Iran's former supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. Iran's former supreme leader, Iran's former supreme leader.
So you might say, Harris, this is the Iranian diaspora. Bombs are not falling on them. Of course they're dancing. Show me people inside Iran dancing. Really? Do you want to see that? Let me show you something from Tehran. This is hilarious. This is blowing up in the faces of everyone. Never before humanity has ever witnessed this. So have a look at this. People from inside Tehran dancing to a DJ remix built around Trump saying Ayatollah Khamenei is dead. Not exactly the kind of soundtrack the regime would want to be echoing through the capital. Let's have a listen.
Iran's former supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei is dead. Ayatollah Khamenei is dead.
Yes. Now have a look at this next video clip from inside the Islamic Republic of United Kingdom, Manchester. So some Islamists, along with their fellow wokes, turned up to hold a vigil for Ayatollah Khamenei. And the best way to shut these people up is to just dance. I can't, okay, so it's the YMCA song, so I can't really play that, but you guys can hear it, I hope. And I hope YouTube, and this is why I'm talking over it, so YouTube thinks that it's not YMCA, it's my track. This is why I gotta say, I gotta keep talking until the video runs out. But look at this. Look at these beautiful Iranian people. Look at these brave Iranian people, because we don't know how many of these people who are holding a vigil for Ali Khamenei are actually IRGC sleeper cells. But no fear can make the Iranian people go away. And that is exactly what the Iranian people are doing. And they have absolutely no answers to it. Well, that's it for now. I thought I'll share that news with you because the Iranian people need all the support they can get. Oh, by the way, there was a poll just recently done. The US is actually equally divided. 50% of the people believe that it's okay to go to war with Iran, and the other 50% believe that it's not okay. Mind you, before the start of the war, that number was only 20% in favor of going to war with Iran. So the support for Trump and American troops is growing, as it should be. But also, in the same poll, 61% of the American people believe that Iran did pose a threat to US interest, and only 37% believe no, it didn't pose any threat. So most Americans believe that this was a bad, evil regime, and it needs to be taken care of. And thankfully, right now, we have both the moral argument and we have the strategic argument in defense of this war. Now, also, wars are messy. I don't believe in going to wars willy-nilly. I'm not a warmonger. I understand wars are expensive and deadly. And that's why I think it's important to remember these 4 great American heroes who sacrificed their lives for the greater good of the world. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. And I'm sure the Iranian people will always remember them. My heart aches for the families of these heroes. They may be gone, but they will never be forgotten.